The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday, and welcome to Might Be Brews, the podcast where we explore the people, places, and brews of the craft beer world. Follow us on your favorite social media platform. If you're not already, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Our handle is @MightBeBrews. And also, shout out CJ, check out the new website, mbnnetwork.com. You can get right to our show at mbnnetwork.com/brews. It's never been easier to find your favorite podcast. There, you will have all the links to all your favorite streaming platforms, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify. It is all there. So, my name is John, and across from me, as always, Steve, how you doing?
I'm very well. How is everybody?
My brother, man, the producer, Taylor, how you doing, brother?
What's up?
And we have special guests today from local homebrew guys, F.A.M. Artisan Craft Brewers. We've got Steve. How you doing, Steve?
Good, thank you.
And we have two Steves, so we're going to call you Dunn. Is that right? All right. And then Sean, how you doing, Sean?
I'm doing good, guys.
All right. Let's just go ahead and crack a beer because I usually like to get talking, and we always forget.
And I'm sitting here thirsty, and I'm like, I need a beer. John, stop talking so we can have some beer.
Exactly. So we're really lucky. These guys brought a shit ton of awesome beers. So we're actually going to start off with a Treehouse. This is Julius American IPA, 6.8%.
Was that the proper amount of J's? Did you hit them all?
JJ Julius. No, I gave an extra J, I think. Oh, well, we're going to give it a shot.
I was wondered. I never knew what's the difference.
Dry hopping. Lots of
extra dry hopping. Same with the sap.
Yeah, I've had sap. I've had I don't know. I've had a few of them with extra letters in them.
Yeah, the dry hop on this is just ridiculous.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. All right, so let's get to know you guys a little bit as we're passing this beer around. I don't know who wants to start, but who out of you guys, like, whose idea was it to start brewing?
Well, I'd say Steve definitely started a couple years ago, tried it out, stopped for a little bit. And then just last January, I started doing it. And quickly, he caught back into it. And we, within a month, we were doing it together again. So, yeah, it was, it's been, a pleasure ever since.
How long have you guys been brewing? You just said that.
Yeah.
How many months?
Like 12 months,
maybe.
Okay.
Awesome.
Something like that, or 13, I guess.
Very cool. And the name F.A.M. Artisan Craft Brewers, how did you guys come up with F.A.M. or it looks like there's periods between the letters, so it must stand for something.
It does. So as most home brewers do, you drink while you brew.
Yeah.
And we were doing that. Yeah, it is. You have to. And we were joking that in order to attract the crowd, you have to attract the hipsters.
Right.
So we decided, let's just name it Flannels and Mustaches.
Nice. Okay.
But since we are cousins, it works.
Yeah.
On so many
it
levels.
works. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Family flannels. I don't have one flannel anymore.
I don't think I do either.
Nor can I grow a real man's mustache.
It's all right.
I have like
Flannels
that creepy
and
little wispy thing.
My wife will tell you the last time I shaved my mustache was like 2001.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look like a complete asshole with no facial hair.
Yeah, I do
look
too.
horrible.
Me too.
Mine definitely doesn't come in right, and it takes a lot of effort to make it look presentable, for sure. All right, guys, Let's put the glasses up. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Salute.
Thanks for bringing the good beers.
Thanks for bringing some beer. Yeah.
I haven't had Treehouse in quite some time.
Oh, dude, I love to share.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
We're all about sharing.
That's good. I'm gonna say something that I'm not necessarily proud of, but I sat on a Treehouse. I think it's called In Perpetuity, something like that.
Perpetuity.
Perpetuity. It's a difficult word for me. So I've had it since like early December, and I cracked it last night, and it was not good.
Yeah.
They don't really hold up that well, but this tastes a heck of a lot better in comparison for sure.
Yeah, this is it's definitely pretty good. It's definitely fresh. I get a little bit of hop burn right at the end, but it's still got a really nice taste to it.
Is that what that is?
At the very, very end.
Yeah. It's like a bitterness. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a little bit more of it.
But I love like the smoothness going into it. It's like, I think I've heard you say this before, John, like full spectrum. Is that what you
Yeah.
complete package?
Yeah.
Like,
Well balanced.
You get like a really nice, like smooth, really light and refreshing flavor on the front side of it, and then in the back, it just kind of gets that bitterness, that burn to it. I like it. It's good.
It's a really good beer. I think you're absolutely right, Dunn. You were saying that it's just extra dry hopped. I'm trying to think of what I remember of a regular Julius, and you definitely just get that extra punch of hop in there.
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
All right, so let's rate it before we get too far. I'm gonna
Nice work,
end up
John.
forgetting. I
Wow,
know.
It's good
That's
work
great,
by
dude.
you.
I'm
I
so
appreciate
impressed.
it.
I'm so impressed. Yes,
I appreciate it. We're just gonna keep this
Yes.
thing on the rails.
dude.
Nobody heard me completely mess up the intro the first time around. So we had to stop recording and go back. So
Thanks for reminding everyone.
yeah, this whole episode from now on will be very tight and on the rails. I promise.
Let's take two.
All right, you guys go ahead and start. I'm going to take another sip of this and think about it.
I'll crank it out at a 4 or 5. It's a ideal New England style. Does have a little bit of the burn in the back, but it's a good beer.
I'm going to go 4.25. It's very good. I am getting that hot bite, but it's a solid beer. I really like that.
I'll go 4. Just because that hop bite is like a little bit, it pushes it past the 4.25 for me.
What's the date on this thing? 2/14. Yeah, so this is very fresh. I wonder if like another week would do it, any good, and bring the the hot bite down a little bit.
I think I'd go 4.25. I reserve the 4.5s for like something that like really opens my eyes.
Yeah, right.
What did you? We hung out at the Kennett Brewfest this past weekend. Did you have anything that cracked into the 4.5 arena?
Not really.
No.
There was a lot close to what we just had. Yeah, there's there was a lot of good beers there, but yeah, I wouldn't say anything was really exceptional.
Don, what do you give this bad boy?
Well, this batch, I'm going to give it a 4.25. We had this beer, 3 months ago, and it was significantly better.
Wow.
So I don't know what happened with this one, but I'm getting the burn too, and I'm a guy who loves to be assaulted by hops, and it's a little weird on the back end.
By better, do you mean like that burn wasn't there?
No,
Like the burn
I
at the
mean
end?
him and I shared it while we were brewing one day, and both of us were just like awestruck. It was the first time I had it, and I've had just about every Treehouse beer they've made.
Yeah.
And this one is significantly less perfect, so to speak.
Very interesting.
Do you guys go up there a lot? How often do you get up to Treehouse?
My sister lives in Connecticut, so anytime I visit her, I make
or you visit the brewery.
Yeah.
And
And
stop by and see her.
I also have a guy, he's a farmer up there, Greg, if you're listening, who sends me anything I want whenever I want it,
That's amazing.
along with pork and chicken products.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a
nice.
farmer.
Nice.
He's awesome. So whenever I share with him. So we have a constant Treehouse.
That's awesome.
John does a nice job with the smoker. Maybe we can make a combination smoking brew day
Yeah.
kind of thing
Be
happen.
awesome. Nice.
Taylor's a smoke master too, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
Well, I guess speaking of the Brewfest, we should
We need to hang out.
What up?
Speaking of the Brewfest, I think we should catch up on what's been going on the last couple weeks. I missed the last episode. So you guys did fantastic. Steve, you did a great job with the show. Dave was a fantastic guest, so that was really good.
I had a good time exploring the world of mead for those that were uninitiated.
Very, very cool.
Maybe we drove somebody out to go buy some mead.
Yeah.
Help
yeah,
my boy
maybe.
Dave out.
I tried it at the Brewfest because of you.
Cool.
Nice. We're influencers, man.
What'd you think about it? It's different.
Good. I think it's like a sour without the sour ending. Like it tastes like it's got that front and then it just dies. It's a a little bland, but it wasn't bad.
Did you have? The one you had carbonated or non?
It was carbonated.
Okay, yeah, because he left some here.
Yeah.
And I drank quite a bit of them, and I gotta say I like the carbonated ones more than the non.
I
still have a bunch though. If you want to try some.
Yeah, I had a cider, believe it or not, at the Brewfest. That was awesome. It was I don't remember whose it was, but it was really good.
I had a mead from Charm City that I wasn't into.
Yeah, I was
like a chocolate.
This one was
vanilla.
next to Charm City. I can't remember the name.
When you got the cider, I got the.
That's right.
I got the mead.
But yeah, shout out Jeff. For getting us involved with the Brewfest. That was really cool. We appreciate it. It was an awesome time. We saw lots of good people. We saw you there, Sean. Want to give a shout out to the guys from Levante. We ran into Jim there. Andy, she's always great. Everybody that was there was just was awesome, and it was a really good time. So
it's a cool event the way they set that up, and it helps go to the Kennett Historical Society. I believe.
Right.
And it's a great fundraiser for them. And the Winterfest was big. Like there was a lot of beer and a lot of people there.
Absolutely.
And from what I hear, the summertime version is even bigger. So that's got to be a really huge event.
I can't imagine. Also, while the last couple weeks or so, I did a work trip out to Minnesota, and I got a message from a guy who used to live in Downingtown, John Harahan. I don't know if you guys know him, or you know him, Taylor?
I do.
How do you know him?
John? High school. Yeah.
Did he go to school with us?
Middle school, yeah.
Because it sounded familiar, and then when I saw him online, I saw that you guys were friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a Downingtown native. He moved out to Minnesota, and he's brewing for Surly now, which is really cool. And he hit me up. He's like, hey, man, I saw that you're in town. I really wanted to try to swing by Surly and couldn't, but I just want to give a shout out quick to John. Thanks for listening and the support. And I'm hoping I'm going to make a trip back out there again, and hopefully we can get together for some beers and talk about Surly. That'd be sweet. That'd be awesome.
Make sure you hit Junkyard and Drecker while you're out there.
Okay. Awesome.
You were out there in like middle of polar vortex, weren't you?
Dude, it was bad. It snowed like the entire time we were there. When we landed, I wasn't sure we were going to be able to land. Like there was just so much snow, but like literally the one runway that we were on or that we landed on was clear. And then as soon as we pulled off, everything else was snow covered. It was crazy.
If you're listening to this release day, John and I will be on our way to Las Vegas.
We are going to Las Vegas tomorrow morning. And if you guys don't know, we're just going overnight, which is kind of a crazy thing.
It's crazy.
But we're flying to Vegas. We're going to go to a private concert with Walk the Moon. I don't know if you guys know the band at all. Big fan. I'm a really big fan of theirs. So I had this opportunity to do this like free, it was a free concert to me, but it's like a small private thing just for Hilton hotels, you know? So we're going to fly out there, do the concert. It's like catered, free booze, the whole deal. And we're going to party it up and then fly back Saturday.
For our release, right?
Yeah, we're gonna miss the release. I'm sorry. Well, let's get into that. Let's talk about your beer. You guys won a homebrew festival in Downingtown, right?
Correct.
So what's it called? What was it called?
The D-Town Brew Down.
Awesome. So do you know about how many other brewers were there?
As far as brewers, probably 20, 30. There was 50 some beers entered in the contest.
So that wasn't just like best of style; it was best overall.
Everything was best of show. Yeah, it was. It's the first year. The people running it, I mean, they did a great job, but they're not, home brewers.
Okay.
I think Karamet, he's the guy that runs it. I think he does dabble in it, but they kind of just threw it together, and it was best of show.
So give me the story behind your beer, Unavoidable beer parts or B parts. How did you guys come up with the recipe? What was the idea, and what made you enter it?
Well, the funny thing is we actually planned on entering only our Berliner or Berliner, depending on who you're talking to.
Right.
Which was his mad scientist invention. And then we both love honey in beers.
Right.
I mean, I don't know anybody who doesn't. And then we figured, what the hell, let's throw a little vanilla at the end, kind of mix it up. And it turned out really good. We didn't even taste it until the Thursday before the contest.
Wow.
So we decided, let's put it in. And that actually won the people's choice, but the judges picked our Berliner as the first place in the contest.
Awesome.
How do I get to be a judge in that?
Funny story, actually. We got assigned a mentor through a program called SCORE.
Right.
Because we signed up for these business classes. And the guy who they assigned us to, we met with last night, and he was a judge at the D-Town Brew Down.
Oh, wow.
And I
Oh,
don't
that's
think he
funny.
realized that he picked our beer as the first place beer.
Nice. That's awesome. So you guys won the award, and with it came the opportunity to brew this beer on a large scale with Locust Lane, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So what was that like? What was it like being able to brew at Locust Lane? Like, give me an idea what the brew day was like for you.
Yeah. Well, first off, huge shout out to Tom Arnold. He is the head brewer, one of the owners at Locust Lane. Just an awesome person. So, we didn't really have any expectations going into this. We're going to somebody who's professional, and we're just a bunch of, guys making 5 gallons of beer. So, but right off the bat, super awesome guy. And he made it a great experience. So we were really able to, learn a lot and just trying to expand. I mean, we went from 5 gallons to 475 gallons.
Yeah.
So
What was like the craziest difference from like home brewing on a 5 gallon setup to something that big?
honestly, it's easier. Everything's automated when you get to that level. So, I'm sure he paid a ton of money to get to that point, but it was just everything was so smooth. A lot of the recipe kind of did just multiply, but some of the adjuncts like the honey, the vanilla, there were less. You didn't want to go crazy with them. But yeah, it was awesome.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, let's take a sip here. We want to get tasting on this thing.
So we've had this before, right? Or no?
Yeah, we had a version of this.
You had our second go round of it.
Yeah, second go round.
Yeah, and this one's scaled back a little bit. Like our first two were very, very vanilla.
Very.
Yeah.
And we deliberately scaled back the vanilla because the name of the beer should showcase the honey as opposed to the
Sure.
vanilla. So I think Tom was cool about just like putting in a little and then come in and try it.
Gotcha.
Put in a little more and come in and try it.
Nice.
So we finally got to the level. And it's a strange beer where we're not going to let it warm because we're going to kill these things, but as it warms, you start getting more of it.
Sure.
We noticed that yesterday because we were eating pizza
Yeah.
as we were canning it, and you could really all of a sudden, oh wait, there's the vanilla. It was cool.
When are you adding that vanilla in the process? Is that post boil? Is that
In fermentation.
in fermentation?
Yep.
I can definitely tell that. I almost don't say there's less vanilla, but there's more honey. The honey is definitely coming more forward than the ones that we had.
Actually, the funny part is the honey is probably half of like ratio wise of what we used in the 5 gallon.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was still like 120 pounds, I think, or something like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of honey.
That is a lot of honey.
So the name of it is Amorphous squared.
Yeah. Amorphous is Locust Lane's. They're doing a canning line this year, like once a month, once every other month of New England IPAs. They're traditionally, just basic, old traditional beers. So they're kind of expanding into this. So we're the second one of this year. And I guess Amorphous, he said, stands for constantly changing. So then they throw our name, the more unavoidable B parts, and the squared is because it's a double, because normally it's not a double IPA.
That's cool. They have your little logo down there. Oh,
That's awesome.
Should we read the blurb?
Let's do it.
A collaboration brew with F.A.M. Artisan Craft Brewers, winners of the People's Choice Award 2018 D-Town Brew Down. Awesome.
Very cool. I'm really digging this beer. I think that it's a solid New England IPA, and the little hints that I'm getting of that vanilla and honey are just perfectly complementing the beer. I'm really, really impressed with this.
I definitely want to pick up some on Saturday. So Saturday's the big release. What time is the release on Saturday?
So it opens up at 12. We're just kind of saying all day. He kind of got a little worried because at first we said like 6, and he was like, well, if 200 people show up in the last 5 hours of business, it might be a little chaotic there. So 12 is open. I think they're open till 11. So we're going to be there pretty much all day hanging out.
Awesome.
So you guys will be pretty tanked by like 4 o'clock.
That is the plan.
Awesome.
So, what's the plan? What's your future goals? What do you guys hope to do? I mean, I'm sure every home brewer's hoping to, eventually open a spot. But what are you guys trying to do? What are your goals?
Well, we have a lot of goals, and we're trying to do it in like a small steps. So, I don't know if you ever heard of Troon
No.
out of New Jersey. They're this little brewery in like Pennington, New Jersey, and they open once a week, and they don't give you any notice. And they just say, hey, it's 5 o'clock. We're open. We have 525 Crowlers. Come and get them. And no on-site consumption. They don't have a license for that.
Right.
And an hour later, they're sold out.
Wow.
So we're kind of hoping that could be our first step.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's so much licensing, and
That's what I was gonna ask about.
Pennsylvania is not the quickest state in the world to try to get anything done. So we're kind of hoping that could be the first step, and then we'll look for a place, and then maybe open, Thursday through Sunday first, and see how it goes,
Sure.
and then go from there.
That's really interesting because I'm always fascinated with, I read an article recently that Pennsylvania is like the number one producer of craft beer as far as the quantity of breweries and the actual beer coming out of Pennsylvania. So I'm always curious, like, what are these breweries that keep popping up? What are they going to do to be unique, and what can they do to have like a different business model to try to be successful? So that's really interesting. I like that approach. Like, you think about somebody like we just had Levante on, and like their can distribution, like they're the only ones that are going to sell their cans direct to consumers or through Mercury. But they're not putting them on the shelves, and they like to give that canned experience to their people like that. And so like, a format like that is really intriguing and really interesting. I'm really excited to see how that works out.
Should we put these guys on the spot and make them rate their own beer?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll definitely rate it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You said earlier that you save 4 5s for special beers. This is definitely a special beer. I would definitely say 4 5 easily. The honey is delicious. The hint of vanilla is fantastic. If I remember correctly, I don't remember what I rated the last one. I'm almost positive I gave it a 4.75.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive I did.
I think it was like a 4.25.
Was that what it
Something
was?
like that. 4. I'm pretty sure you said it smelled like feet.
It smelled, and it does still smell like that.
Call him out on his shit.
Because listen, for those of you who don't know, new listeners, I'm not a beer guy,
It was a butt cheek.
it was a butt cheek.
Was it a butt cheek? It
Oh.
was a butt cheek.
So,
Right.
but I don't typically like double IPAs because they're super duper hoppy, and like these ones, like they smell hoppy, but they don't kill you like other ones do. It's delicious. It tastes delicious. It does smell like a butt cheek. It does. But it's so fucking good. 4 5.
If only my butt cheek smelled like that.
Right? That'd be a good thing. I'm going to go 4 5. I like it better than the Julius we just had. It's
do too.
really, really good.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And I'm not just being nice because you guys are here. I really believe that.
That, like I said, that was not a very good can of Julius. I'm very upset with it.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you guys think? I mean, maybe if you don't want to rate you can rate the beer, you cannot rate the beer, but tell me what you think about the different versions from the one that won, your test batch, to this one. How do you think things changed or improved, and what do you like the most?
The only thing that I see that's majorly different, the first one we made had like it was like thicker. It had a better mouthfeel.
Okay.
And there are people who really, really look for that.
Sure.
Now, I couldn't be happier with the way this came out. There's zero funky finish. It's smooth as can be. It's for an
Very.
8% beer. I mean, it's
very smooth.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Very
I mean, we're very happy with it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing for me is the hops. I mean, something we've tried to capture for the last year now is getting that hop aroma that comes from the hop oils, and they're able to turn off the pressure valve on the fermenter and just let it sit in there and just carbonate basically while it's fermenting. And I think that really just did the trick here.
Nice.
You really get that aroma in the taste without the burn.
Yeah.
Which is huge because it was dry hopped.
Yeah, it doesn't burn at all. Like zero burn.
It's a very, very smooth beer.
I like it better today than I did yesterday.
That's
Really?
awesome.
That's great.
Now, it was a little early yesterday, too. So as well.
What do you think, Steve?
I give it a 4.25. I hope everybody that's listening goes out to Locust Lane on Saturday, supports these guys, and buys a couple 4-packs. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, we actually we brought you guys in the bottom of this heavy bag. We got 4-packs for all you guys.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Oh, wow. Dude, that's
Yeah.
great.
Sweet.
That's incredible.
But still come by some.
Yeah, we'll still come by some.
I will.
Awesome.
That's
Thank
crazy.
you, guys.
I just want to see how hammered you guys are by hanging out at the end of the day.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Dude, very exciting.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, guys.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
absolutely, dude. Thank you so much for having us on.
Yeah. Dude, this is a good beer. I'm excited. I'm really excited for you guys. And so like since you guys have started doing this, have you guys gotten any more attention, or has it kind of opened your eyes up to what is it making your plans to open a place like on the fast track now?
Yeah, no, but again, not the fast track, because we really want to do this with just us.
Yeah.
I don't want to take other people's money and have to listen to their opinions or have to pay them back. We want to do it ourselves, and we both have families that we have to support, so neither one of us can quit our jobs
Right.
until we know that we can make money off of this. So for the time being, we're just going to keep doing it. We're buying a bigger setup system so that we can make more.
Yep.
But until we get our license, it's just going to be all of our friends and people who just get free beer.
That's what I keep telling John. I can't quit the job until we make money at the podcast.
Yeah, right.
And once that happens, then we're good to go.
Working on it. Working on it.
Yeah, I'd feel better about it if I could at least get through an intro without having to start over.
So would I.
That makes 3 of us.
Yeah, right. Awesome.
Awesome.
That's why it's digital.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But no, I'm really excited for you guys, and I'm really excited that you guys are here, and because I really, 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 really like this beer, and I'm so hyped that you guys brought us some 4-packs, because this is after we get home from Vegas. This is my plan right here. This is what I'm doing.
After you pass out.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we can't make money yet because we don't have our license.
Yep.
So Tom was gracious enough to give us a pretty significant amount
That's nice.
for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah,
That's
So,
great.
we're obviously sharing with folks
Yeah.
now. So
That's great.
Very cool. I was thinking about you guys earlier. I read an article, a great website, Breweries in PA. I don't know if you guys know the website or not.
I met the guy at Tired Hands.
Who the Breweries in PA guy?
Yeah.
What's his
yeah.
name?
Dude, I
Remember?
don't remember, but I was sitting there and he had his laptop up and I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
And then I was looking at it and he was telling me about it. I was like, oh, well, we're getting ready to start something. He's like, what are you called? And he had heard of us,
That's awesome.
which was kind of neat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. He was listening to you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shout out, Guy, whoever
Shout out,
you
Guy,
are.
that
Damn it.
nobody knows his
You know
name.
what's funny? I had the card set out to bring with me tonight, but then I used it.
Oh,
in
that's
my-
funny.
I used it in my daughter's book as a bookmark.
Well, I got to give them a shout out because I lean on them heavily for content for our social media. I share their posts a lot and things like that. So he's always pumping out content, and we really like their stuff. But I thought about you guys because there was an article that he put out called "Advice for Opening Your Own Brewery." From other people in Pennsylvania. So there's a couple things I wanted to touch on that I found interesting. Scott Smith from East End Brewing said that his biggest advice that he could give somebody who wants to start one is just make quality liquid. Follow whatever business model works for you. Build it big or small, and whatever styles of beer that get you jazzed. But know that if your beer isn't what it should be, the rest of it won't matter much. So I really liked that. Chatty Monks, Rob from Chatty Monks said, always plan 30% more capital. Bill from Victory kind of said the creator needs to have a clear definition of what will fulfill them, who else they wish to satisfy, and how they aim to do so. And they need to accept those objectives as a definite goal. So I thought that was kind of neat. And then there's a bunch of them on there, but it was a really neat article, and I kind of liked that first one where it's like, all that matters is the beer. Make a quality beer, and the rest will probably figure itself out.
But I got to agree with that. I can't imagine if you're putting out bad beer in this market, you're going to last long.
No, I think our market now is too educated, and there's so much, and we've had so much that you got to find a way to be different and stand out in the crowded space.
That's we have the luxury of being completely and total nerds about this stuff. I mean, him and I have driven up to New England and back in one day just to get the beer we love. So we know what we like and we know what we want to make.
Yeah.
So we're not going to give you crap. I refuse to do that.
That's awesome. Well, good stuff. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll crack a couple beers and we'll go through some more beer headlines and just talk some more craft beer. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
MBNnetwork.com. It's never been easier to find your new favorite podcast. I just want to give a quick shout out to all the people listening to all the shows on the MBN Network. February was another record-breaking month for us here, and I can't possibly express how thankful all of us are here to everybody out there that's listening to us. If you're only listening to one show, check out the other ones. Tell your friends about it. We do so many of them. We even got live music, Might Be Tunes. We got another episode of that next week. Novak and Franz, Relatable Radio, Might Be Sports, Might Be News. Check them out, mbnnetwork.com. It's never been easier to find your new favorite podcast.
Welcome back to Might Be Brews. Check us out on all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
I put a lot of work into Instagram.
A lot of Instagrams coming at you.
Please follow me and like my posts.
Do it for the gram.
Killing it on the gram.
Trying to. It's a lot of work.
Listen to all the other podcasts on the network. Some great stuff going on there. Might Be News had a little beef with us. I'm here to squash the beef. It's all good. You guys want to talk about beer for an hour? You talk about beer for an hour.
Listen, it's okay. I squashed Kev, is what I did.
I
squashed Kev.
I'm now calling them either Tekashi 6ix9ine or Michael Cohen, because those boys were flipping like I've never seen anything flip before.
Kev's a bitch. He's
I'm
probably
not even saying
swerving.
anything.
He's probably swerving on the road right now, listening to the fuck this guy.
I feel like I'm one of the only people who probably's never given Kevin a hard time. He's gotten a hard time from all of our friends. He's always just been the butt of jokes or whatever you want to call it. And I've just never ever done that to him, and I'm not going to start now. So I'm just not getting involved.
And shout out to the Might Be Sports guys. I know they're probably a little disappointed because there was some big sports announcement that happened today.
My phone started blowing up a little bit ago, and I could not believe it. Big sports news, because in our time-space continuum, it's Thursday evening. Jason Witten is back in the NFL.
All right.
Who gives a fuck?
Oh, you know what else I heard? I heard some guy sign with the Phillies.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
did
the
hear
fifth best
that.
outfielder or something.
That's what Devin McNeil has to say.
I know. I saw that.
He's not happy about it.
No, because
I got to say, I love the guy. Shout out Devin. But man, you get salty over Philadelphia sports.
he's so
what's his?
bitter.
I missed it. What's his? He got a hot take.
I don't know.
No, he's
just
all
always-
he's all New England.
Oh
all
yeah, he's a Boston guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I can't believe the fifth best outfielder got that contract." So bitter.
So it was 13 years, 330 million,
Yeah,
something like that.
biggest contract ever in America.
Good for him. But let's bring this back to beer real quick. Broken Goblet jumped on it immediately.
They were quick.
and they came out with a beer. The Bryce is right.
What?
They
No.
released that today.
That's dope as hell.
Have you guys seen this yet? I'm
That's dope
passing
as
around the
hell.
laptop.
Wow.
So that
it's a great
IPA
label.
was probably sitting waiting
Oh, yeah.
for them to can it as
Oh,
soon
yeah.
as the trade happened, which I don't know, man. That beer could have gone bad.
Yeah, I'm
With us
sure they
waiting
were
for
just
a deal to happen.
They just had that beer sitting.
I mean, I don't think it matters what the beer is, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't. No.
But I want the
Probably
can.
not. All right, guys, let's crack another one. You guys hooked us up, man. You guys brought some heavy hitters. This one is the Veil, which I love the Veil. Hornswoggle. I think I'm saying that right. This one is vanilla, and I call it cocoa nibs. What do brewers call it?
Dude, I don't know. We call it cacao because there's like an extra A in it.
Cacao.
I'll tell you a funny story about this beer, right?
Yeah, please do.
Last weekend, after I bring it all home, I always share with him. So I'm like, what do you want? So he's pulling beers out, and I go to grab one of those for him, and this little gold token goes flying across his basement floor.
What?
I pick it up, and it's this little plastic token. It says the Veil Brewing on it, and on the other side is this like ram thing
Yeah.
with the Veil thing in it. And he's like, dude, you might want to look that up. So I look it up, and here they put 10 of them secretly under 4-pack holders. And if you found one, you get a 1 of 10 golden Hornswoggler glass.
What?
Yeah.
Like the Willy Wonka golden
They
ticket.
called it the golden ticket.
Dude, I think I saw this online.
Yeah, it was on Instagram. Now, look, I don't normally drink stouts, so I was not looking for that whatsoever. I had to look it up, and thankfully I have friends in Virginia.
Yeah.
So I actually just boxed it up, and I'm mailing it down, and then they're
Awesome.
going to get me my glass and mail
Gotcha.
it back.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
That's awesome.
I never
very
win
cool.
anything like that ever.
Neither does my wife.
She had a lot to say about that. All right, yeah, as we're pouring this, I'm going to hit a couple topics here. Did you guys see that USA Today is currently doing like a poll for like best beer in the country? And then again, our buddy at Breweries in PA, they had a little list here of everything from PA that's on this nationwide poll to try to figure out like what's the best brew pub. So under best brew pub, Urban Village and Root Down are in the running for that. Root Down, I love. I don't know if you guys have been there, but I absolutely love that bar and that space. That's really, really cool. Best new brewery, Cinderlands in Pittsburgh. I haven't heard of that one.
We got to make a Pittsburgh jaunt.
We should.
Get out there and see all those different Pittsburgh breweries. I've had a little Dancing Gnome that I've really liked.
Hitchhiker was cool.
Hitchhiker we had at the festival was good.
You had Brew Gentlemen?
I've
No.
heard of them, but I've
Dude,
never had anything.
Without a doubt, the softest IPA I've ever had in my life.
Softest.
Oh my God, dude, it is like it just-
Pillowy.
yeah, it's amazing.
That's an interesting adjective.
I'm telling it's the weirdest thing. I don't know how else to describe it. The mouthfeel is just amazing.
Wow.
I had an 8% beer. It drank like it was nothing. It was so smooth. I loved it.
Huh. Best brewery tour, Trogs is in for a running there. Best beer label, Tired Hands. For Heavy Gem Harmonic, I don't know if I've seen that beer one. Best beer scene, Philadelphia in general, which I agree with. But anyway, we posted a link on our Instagram and Facebook, I believe. So please go vote for Root Down for best brewery. I think last time I checked, they were in second place. So I know a bunch of our friends have been sharing it. So hopefully you guys can jump on it. I think there's still another couple weeks of voting allowed. So if you guys are listening to this, make sure you hop on there and vote and try to get Root Down some more love. All right, guys, let's taste this beer and talk about it. I'm excited. I've had one of these before, but it was like a candy bar one. It tasted like a straight candy bar, and it was amazing.
You said you're not a big stout guy. I am a big stout guy, and this one I really like the chocolateness of this. It's really coming through.
It has a Willy Wonka vibe to the label. If you didn't notice that, it's got its top hat, right?
Oh, it does.
And it's kind of got the same font going on.
Yeah, it does. Good call on that.
Looking at
Is a Hornswoggle or something in Willy Wonka?
I don't know.
Maybe that's.
There's people out there like it's a character. What are you idiots thinking?
How did you guys not get that immediately?
God,
I don't know every single Willy Wonka character. I apologize.
Sorry.
Gosh.
Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory or Charlie in the chocolate factory?
Willy Wonka sucks.
Dude,
I'm just kidding. I don't really know.
I'm not impressed with this beer.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You don't?
It's like super alcohol. Like I don't know. I feel like the aftertaste of it is like really brutal.
I'm a stout guy, and I guess I'm starting to realize that I've got a necessity for mouthfeel in my stout, or I won't like it. It's very thin to me. There's a lot of chocolate, a ton
There's
of
a lot of
flavor,
chocolate. That's
but
what
I'm not getting that thick mouthfeel that I usually look for.
It's definitely a thinner stout.
I love like the front of it, like the taste of it, the smell of it. It's what happens after I swallow it that I don't like.
It's a bit dry.
Yeah.
I think at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not well balanced. I'm kind of getting like thin, and then it's like kind of boozy and very chocolatey, and then something else I don't really know, but it's not working for me.
I'm not getting the booze, but it's definitely dry. It's definitely thin. And again, I'm not the stout guy. But on my trip, I was at a major bottle share, and I got kind of like baptized by fire. And this does not hold up to some of the stuff I had down there.
Man, I
Got a weird carb to it too.
yeah, maybe that's what it is at the end that's getting me. But I remember the one that I had before that would tasted like a Snickers or something was incredible. And I couldn't say enough good things about it. And I was so excited to see this beer.
It's very chocolatey. It is very
chocolatey.
It's
chocolatey.
definitely chocolate.
It's definitely got chocolate in it.
Shit, man. I Vale, man, has always killed it for me. And this one's just, for whatever reason, falling a little short.
What do you rate it?
I don't know, man. I don't like it.
Do it now.
It's like a 2.5. I don't know.
Wow.
I like the chocolate.
We didn't get the golden ticket.
Yeah, sorry.
I give it like a 3.75.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like it that much?
It's still beer.
You
You got to be really painful for me to go below a 3.
I mean,
And that's just
I
my
think
own
about that,
personal feeling.
I don't want to be like rough or like mean to anybody, but like if I don't like it, I can't give it a
You got-
3 something. I
I
mean,
like it.
You got to be real. I
know?
would give it a 3.
gotta keep it real, man.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3.
I'm going 3.5 just because it's not bad, but not that great.
I echo those sentiments. I'll go 3.5 as well. I'm not a chocolate lover either, and I do like the chocolate in it.
The chocolate's delicious.
Yeah, but I get no vanilla. None.
It's what happens afterwards. It's what
And
happens
and I do like the
afterwards.
Willy Wonka hat now that I notice that.
Yeah,
The-
there's a funky aftertaste, man. There's something about it. I don't know.
Yeah. The
The
funny thing is,
aftertaste is what's bad to me.
Yeah.
I only bought one 4-pack, thankfully, and somehow got that magic ticket.
That's so.
Well, that's exciting.
I hope it's a good glass.
Yeah.
Hopefully the glass is a 4.75.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's got that ram thing there, whatever it is, a hornswoggler
Yeah.
Yeah.
in gold,
Huh.
and it's a stemless, like a 10-ounce glass.
Oh,
Very
okay.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Very cool.
There's a WWE wrestler named Hornswoggle.
Oh, were you Googling it?
He was a little like a midget wrestler. He dressed as
was he?
as a leprechaun.
Oh, what? Oh, I kind of remember that. Man, it's been a while since I've watched that stuff, but
Oh yeah, he's
I
definitely.
don't think they like to
Yeah.
call him midget.
he's a little person.
A little guy.
Nice. Hey, I want to give another shout out here quick. Buddy of mine, Justin Brunda. I should have been more prepared. I want to show you guys pictures. But this dude just he works for Dogfish Head. He's worked for a few breweries in the past. Maybe Victory. I don't want to speak out of turn. Sorry if I'm wrong about that. He went to Stone out on the West Coast, and then he came back towards home. He works at Dogfish Head, and I'm not sure what he does. I don't think he's a brewer, but anyway, he's a hockey guy too. And him and a guy from Trogs got together and made hockey teams, and they actually went and played a hockey game at the link on the ice that the Flyers and the Penguins just played on.
That's dope.
I had a buddy of mine that played on the Trogs team,
Yeah, who was that?
John Blanton.
Okay, nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. There was like nobody there, but like his wife
Yeah.
posted all these pictures, and they were playing on the stadium ice that
Wow.
the Flyers had just played on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got to show you the pictures, dude. You know what was sick? Yeah. What was probably one of the more sick things are the jerseys. The jerseys. Let me find this thing. I'm gonna pull them up here. But there's the profile. So for Dogfish Head, their jerseys were kind of like recreated Eagles jerseys. Here, flip through these pictures real quick.
Yeah, that would combine a lot of marks for me: beer, hockey, football. That's they're checking a lot of my boxes on
Yeah.
that collab. I'll call it.
Yep, it's really, really cool. So he said this was like the second year they've done it. A few years ago, I know they did like some kind of hockey thing, and I knew he had like gone to Chicago, and him and some Dogfish Head guys went out to do some kind of what was it, like a charity type deal. But now 2 years in a row, they've gotten together with Trogs to do this hockey game. But both of their jerseys were sick because like the Trogs ones, I think, kind of looked like Flyers jerseys, but they had the big what is it, Nugget Nectar on the front, which was really cool. And then these Dogfish Head ones, there was a picture of his jersey
That's
in the
real dope.
locker room, and it's got the numbers and his last name like in the text of the Eagles, in the Eagles locker.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just crazy. It must have been nuts. But because he's kind of a buddy, I hit him up and I just asked him some questions, and I wanted to kind of figure out like what all went into it. And he said there's a buddy of his over at Trogs. Let me look this up here. I can't find his name now. But anyway, he this is the second year that they did it, and what happened was when they found out that the Stadium Series was going to be at the link, they started calling around and trying to find out like if they could get into it, and they did. Nick Johnson from Trog, shout out to Nick. He was the one that he worked with, and the two of them made all this happen. But anyway, I just saw the pictures. I thought it was really sweet, and people were allowed to come for free. I believe they had like 200 people there, so we should keep an eye out for that. I think that'd be a fun little trip to go out there. I think they had beers there, of their own, Trogs and Dogfish Head to give to people.
Awesome.
But yeah, I thought that was really sweet. Should we crack another beer? Keep things moving along.
We got drink it or sink it.
We got to drink it or sink it.
We're gonna need to rinse.
Yeah,
That's
good
probably
call.
a
This
good
is
idea.
a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, good call here.
You're definitely going into a different category when we're going to what we got next. While we're rinsing and cleaning out glassware and whatnot, let's get into you guys a little bit. Tell me a little bit about your craft beer beginnings, your gateways. What got you into the craft beer game?
Well, ironically enough, the guy sitting next to me. So, Steve is how many years older? Yeah, quite a bit older than me.
Wow, went quite a bit.
So, probably, I was like 18 years old, and I know my parents are going to listen to this and be like, "What the hell?" But, he'd go to Victory for me and grab me some growlers, some cans, whatever. Plus, I was running with the volunteer fire company in Downingtown at the time, so some of the guys there would grab me some Victory, and so that was really the beginning for me. I was more into like the malty stuff, like their Fest beer, some of their stouts. I really didn't get into IPAs until maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. But again, that was him. He's pretty much been the trendsetter this whole time.
Awesome.
So, being the elder statesman, what were some of your early craft beers? Was it Victory? Was it something even further back than that?
Nah, it was Victory. We're Downingtown boys, born and bred, and I could walk there most of my life. So we would go there and leave the car and walk home. No big deal. The old Victory their food was so amazing too. They had the wood burning oven.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh man, you could
The
shoot
pool
pool
tables.
all day long.
And it was smoky as all get out back there.
But you could only smoke at the bar. It was pretty cool though. Like I liked going there a lot. The vibe was really cool. My grandparents worked at the Pepperidge plant when it was Pepperidge before that. So
Nice.
it was neat. And then from there it was I guess it was Victory right up until we discovered, the New England style, and then all hell broke loose.
Right.
We were just talking about the old Victory a little while ago, and I was talking about Brandywine Valley Lager, and like a couple people couldn't remember that beer.
Yeah.
It was like one of the originals.
Yeah, we were all Fest in the beginning. Fest beer. That was like our jam.
Huh.
And it did the job.
Yeah, I haven't had that in a really long time. I'd be really curious to circle back on some beers and kind of see like what they're like nowadays.
And I'll go a little inside baseball for everybody here. One of the things I was thinking about in my head about the podcast was I feel like a hole in my game is German beer knowledge.
Yeah.
I don't know Doppelbock versus lagers versus Fest versus I don't have a good base of knowledge in that, and I'd love to have an episode where we get into the German styles and really explore the differences between a lot of those different styles.
You think is there any breweries around that do a lot of German stuff
Well, Victory,
besides Victory?
East Branch does a lot of it.
I wonder if we can get them on. I should hit Gov up.
That'd be I think a great topic to get into, and I think a lot of the listeners would probably like to hear about that different stuff.
Yeah.
This is a beer?
You guys weren't watching his reaction.
No, I
Smelled
missed
it
it.
and tasted it.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
grab that can and
So
tell
what
me
we've
you
got
see.
here is we've got
This is fucking good, dude. What?
we've got one of the famous Crowlers from the Answers. So this is a triple 3 scoops, passion fruit, lemonade, and mango. So there's talk in the beer community of how much of a beer this truly is, and I don't really know what goes into making them.
They don't call it beer. They call it juice. Joose.
Juice.
Juice.
And it is juice.
It is
This
juice,
is one of
for
the
real.
rare ones that packs a punch. It makes it worth drinking. That's a 9% beer.
Yeah, most of them are
Like
pretty
three-
light.
3 to 5.
3 to
whatever.
5.
Yeah, I think we had one that was 3 something. All right, well, I'm gonna try it. I'm interested.
I've had a couple different ones. The ones that I don't like all had coconut in them, which I've said before I'm very sensitive to.
Holy
And
cow!
a couple of them I really felt like suntan lotion, but the ones that I've had that didn't have coconut in it, I've definitely enjoyed.
This is delicious.
This is crazy good.
It's
It's a drink it, obviously.
I haven't tried it yet, but the smell of it, it's straight breakfast juice.
Oh, it really is.
Dude, yeah. No doubt. I could have cereal and then have this afterwards.
I just imagine like
This is
for some reason I just
slamming.
put myself at Shady Maple and they have the button for like orange juice and apple juice, and then there's like something else, and you could just like push the button and fill your cup with whatever kind of crazy concoction comes out of it.
That would be hype.
I'll be in
Right?
Jamaica in a few weeks, and I wish that I would be drinking this the entire time. This is delicious, dude.
If you drank that one the entire time,
Yeah,
You'd have a good time.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
This
Jama-
is- this is
Jamaica's
great.
got some other stuff you can get used to.
right. Mm.
So Taylor, is this your first sour?
No,
No.
This is by far the best sour I've ever had, though. Hands down, this is the best sour. This is one of the best beers I've ever had.
It's amazing. It's just like
I would drink this all the time. I would drink this all the time.
yeah.
I mean, I would have to definitely filter something else into it. Obviously, I wouldn't only drink this all the time, but I would drink this all the time.
And it's almost
Thank you
even
for
though
bringing
it's-
this.
even
Thank you
though-
for bringing this.
Even though it's 9%, it doesn't taste
No, it doesn't.
strong.
No.
It's
It
almost
doesn't
like
at all.
you could put a little shot of rum in this and really have yourself a beverage.
Oh,
Yeah, when I was down there, what was it, Vale, and they released an 11%. It
oh.
was a triple raspberry sour called Tefnut, and I probably should have brought it, but it was hidden in the drawer. I just now realized I had it. It is like the deepest red you've ever seen.
Triple
and-
raspberry?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
It's tart, and then like that's the one I told you about. It wrecked my palate.
Yeah,
but damn it packed a punch. It was
I bet.
delicious.
I bet. This is awesome. It's weird because it's like it doesn't taste like beer, and I'm trying to apply like beer judgment to it. And if I were to do that, I'm gonna say that it's got a great mouthfeel. It's well balanced as far as like I'm getting a full ride of flavor throughout the sip of the beer. I'm getting the tart from it being a sour. I'm getting juiciness. I'm getting a lot of good flavor throughout the entire experience. I really, really like it. I'm gonna go. Well, no, let's just drink it or sink it. So,
You can rate it if you want.
I mean, if I were to rate it, I'd probably go 4 or 5.
I just put it in Untapped, and I'm going 4 or 5. This is definitely
Nice.
one of the better of the 3 scoops series that I've had. What's the other one they have? The other sour fruit series?
They have 3 scoops and they have popsicles.
Popsicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they've been doing these other, like they call them puffsicles,
I haven't seen
which are
that.
they're like the in between. The popsicles are the low ABV ones. Like I had a Tyrion Lannister one when we were down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was 3%. Little guy. And then they made a raspberry black currant puffsicle, which was like in that 6% range. And that was crazy good too.
But out of all the ones I've had, this is definitely my favorite.
Me too.
Hits my 4 or 5. That
Yeah,
there you go.
that's awesome. Yeah, I think the ABV probably helps take it to that extra level. That I think it's more of a full bodied beer over the light ones.
If you poured that for Jackie in the morning,
Dude,
and
get
just said,
Jackie
"Hey, I
in
got
on
some
this."
juice."
I'm gonna let her try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear what she has to say.
I go 4.75 on this.
Bam.
This is
Little sip.
wonderful.
Wonderful.
It's wonderful. Absolutely incredible.
Dinner? Is dinner better?
Dinner is better. I gave dinner a 5, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you
Yes,
did.
you definitely gave dinner.
It's
a
weird to
five.
rate it like that because they're completely different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are
that's-
completely different. But I mean, As far as just taste, smell, everything about this beer is fantastic.
Does this style something you guys would be interested in brewing? I know you've talked about some sours.
So, spoiler alert. We have pretty much not exactly this beer, but it's in the fermenter right now. We made a sour. It's probably going to be around 6%. And it's sitting on tangerines, pineapples, and mango right now.
Wow.
So it's got a nice sour to it. I think it's going to be good.
Awesome.
Was that what you guys were trying to do? Was replicate something like this?
Well, not that exactly. But I mean that style. We definitely are trying to go for the little bit of a thicker. It's kind of you look at it. It's got the juice, kind of like the New England IPA look, but with the sour and just a ton of fruit. So yeah. I mean, I'm hoping it's good.
And I like this because to me, it's more tart than sour.
Yep.
It's there, but it's not really killing me in the back of the jaw.
Right.
Good call.
Yeah, ours we added more like grains to it as well. We're
Okay.
looking for the body. Ours will have a little head on it,
Okay.
so it'll be carbonated as opposed to this just being delicious breakfast juice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, straight up. This
Nice.
is juice.
Like speaking of stuff that's like not beer, I saw we were talking about this recently that craft seltzers are really starting to take off in that space. How do you guys feel about that?
I haven't had one, but there's a section at Wegmans now, and that kind of upsets me.
Yeah,
As it should.
it's getting more and more popular, and I saw that Harpoon in Massachusetts is teaming up with Polar that makes like seltzer waters and stuff like that to do spiked seltzers, and they're getting more and more popular. And they're saying that space is actually improving because they're finding that millennials or younger people that are becoming into like drinking age are looking for more like health conscious choices when drinking alcohol. So it's kind of interesting that's coming up, and that breweries are jumping on board to team up and get into that space.
I want to see that actually happen.
I don't either.
Which breweries are going to get in there?
I've seen
around
a
here
handful.
locally.
I think we talked about it on the last episode. There was a couple local ones that were actually teaming up with other companies to do a seltzer line.
Well, I'll tell you, at Locust Lane, they have an employee there who they allow brew tea,
Yeah.
fermented tea. And it's the weirdest thing you've ever seen, but I tried it the other day. He had a 12% fermented green tea that was conditioned on blackberries.
Wow.
And it didn't taste like alcohol. It was kind of frightening.
Was it good? Did you like it?
It was. Now, I'm not a tea drinker, so like I could taste green tea and it was a little weird. And there's no carbonation at all.
Okay.
But I mean, like if you could drink that at 12%, get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My wife likes those spiked ciders on the beach,
Yeah.
and that's the only time I let her drink them. And then I just make fun of her constantly for
I
it.
can see her opening one in like the living room and just smacking it.
No, she
Right
won't
on
buy
the-
them at home. It's only, I mean, the second we touch the sand is when she wants one. She won't drink them at home. She steals my beer.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Thank you guys so much for bringing all this stuff, man. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to drink more of this Unavoidable B parts.
Yeah, it
And-
was a real treat to have you guys just bring so much awesome stuff, and we really didn't even have to bring any beers. But man, I'm so excited for you guys. Congratulations on everything that you guys have done and accomplished so far, and I'm really excited for for your release. Unfortunately, we won't be able to make it, but this Saturday, Locust Lane,
Malvern, PA.
Malvern, PA, noon. You said it starts. So make sure everybody that's listening, go out there, get yourself a 4-pack or a couple 4-packs of this Unavoidable B parts. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and giving us like a little bit of your story and sharing all this stuff with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. This is awesome. Like, we're all growing at the same time. So
Yeah,
it's just a cool thing, the good vibes. And yeah, everybody come out on Saturday. I know it's going to be like a day notice for some people, but if you're close to Malvern, come out, get some beer. Everything they make's awesome. And yeah.
do it.
Thanks, guys. And
Absolutely.
if you ever want anything else to share, just give me a holler. You got my number.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll donate to the podcast. We love your show, so
Awesome,
I appreciate it.
and I have a
Thank you.
stupid amount of beer in my refrigerator. I'll happy to share it.
Dude, we will take you up on that for sure.
We'll have to have you guys back on, too.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Anytime. This was awesome.
Awesome.
Speaking of beers to share, keep an eye out on our Facebook and our Twitter and our Instagram. I know I've talked about it before. My buddy Adam and his battle with leukemia. We're going to be having another fundraiser for him in early April. I'd like to put together a little beer basket, maybe 2, maybe 3. I'd love some listener support. Bring a beer. I'll add it to the basket. We'll be doing some raffle baskets at the next fundraiser, and keep an eye out on the social media for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam, stay strong, brother, if you're listening. And guys, everybody that's listening, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Can't tell you how much we appreciate you letting us talk at you. I guess until next time, we'll talk to you later. Thanks so much.